Everybody wants success, but not everybody is willing to do what it takes. That's the problem. You see someone at the top and you think they are lucky. No, they put in the hours, the sweat, the sacrifice. They worked while others slept. They kept going when others quit. They understood one thing. You don't get the reward without work. Success is not a secret, it's a formula. Show up, do the work, stay consistent. That's it. But most people don't want to hear that. They want to believe there's a shortcut, a hack, a way to win without putting in the grind. There isn't. Every successful person you admire had to work for it, had to struggle, had to push through. You say you want success, but have you looked at your effort? Have you been waking up earlier? Have you been staying up late? Have you been sacrificing distractions? Or are you waiting for the perfect time? Let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. The only time is now. Success doesn't come from hoping, wishing, or waiting. It comes from moving. It comes from starting even when you don't feel ready. It comes from pushing through discomfort, because comfort is the enemy of success. The moment you settle, the moment you stop pushing, you lose. You're not going to wake up one day and magically be where you want to be. You have to build it brick by brick, decision by decision. And that means taking action every single day, not just when you feel inspired, because inspiration is temporary. It fades. But discipline, that's what builds a future. Do you think hard work is exhausting? Try living with regret. Try waking up every day knowing you could have done more, knowing you could have gone harder. That feeling will eat you alive, and you don't want that. So start now. Get up. Do the work. Because success doesn't wait for anyone. Excuses are easy. Anybody can make them. Most people do. But let me ask you, where have those excuses gotten you? Have they paid your bills? Have they built your dream? Have they changed your life? No. Excuses don't produce results. Effort does. You say you don't have time, but how much time do you spend watching TV? Scrolling on your phone? Sleeping in when you don't need to? Time isn't the problem. Your priorities are. You make time for what matters to you. If you wanted it bad enough, you find the time. You say you're too tired? Of course you're tired. Everybody's tired. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that winners push through exhaustion. They don't make excuses. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They do what needs to be done no matter how they feel. You say you don't know how to start. That's not an excuse. Everything you need to know is available. Books, videos, courses, mentors. It's all there. But you have to be willing to seek it out. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable, because growth only happens when you push past what you know. You say you don't have the right support. Guess what? Most people don't. Most people start alone. Most people build in silence. Stop waiting for approval. Stop waiting for people to believe in you. Believe in yourself and start moving. Excuses are comfortable. They make you feel better about not taking action, but they won't change your life. Only action will. So stop talking about what you could do and start doing what you must do. You had a vision when you started. You had a goal. But somewhere along the way, you got distracted. You let life, laziness, or doubt pull you away. Now you're standing still waiting for your dream to come find you, but it won't. It never will. Dreams are like opportunities. They pass by the ones who aren't ready. Do you think your dream is sitting around waiting for you to get serious? No, it's moving. It's passing by. And if you don't start chasing it, somebody else will. Somebody else will do the work you avoided. Somebody else will take the chance you were afraid to take. You can either be the person who looks back and says, I'm glad I went for it, or the one who says, I wish I had. That choice is yours. But if you keep waiting, keep hesitating, you're going to wake up one day realizing that life moved on without you. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The more you push it off, the further away it feels. The only way to get closer is to start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. What you want is not impossible. It's just hiding behind the effort. It's waiting on the other side of the action. It's waiting for you to stop dreaming and start doing. You're dreaming the problem. Your belief in yourself is. You have to decide today that you're going to chase it down no matter what. Fear tells you that you're not ready, that you'll fail, those people will judge you. And because of that, you hesitate, you hold back, you stay in your comfort zone. But let me ask you, What is afraid ever done for you? Has it helped you grow? Has it brought you success? No, fear only keeps you small. Everything you want is on the other side of fear, but you have to be willing to face it, to push through it. Stop letting it control you. Fear is a liar, tells you stories that aren't real. It makes problems seem bigger than they are. Do you think successful people aren't scared? Of course they are, but they act anyway. They move forward despite the fear because they know that fear never goes away. It just loses power when you stop listening to it. The more you avoid what scares you, the more power it has over you. But the moment you face it, the moment you step into it, you realize it wasn't as big as you thought. That's when you grow. That's when you become stronger. Fear is just an obstacle. It's not a wall, it's a doorway. But only if you're willing to walk through it. Most people never do. They let fear keep them stuck, keep them average, keep them from ever reaching their full potential. You have a choice. You can keep letting fear run your life, or you can take control. You can start moving, start acting, and start pushing through. Because fear is always there, but so is courage. And courage wins every time. Look at where you are right now. Be honest with yourself. How much time have you already lost? How many days, months, or even years have slipped through your fingers because you were waiting, hesitating, or making excuses? You know the answer. And it should bother you. It should make you uncomfortable because time is the one thing you could never get back. You spent too much time thinking instead of doing it. Too much time planning instead of executing. Too much time waiting for the right moment when the right moment has always been now. The truth is, you don't need more time. You need more action. Because all the time in the world means nothing if you're not using it right. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you promised yourself that next week, next month, and next year will be different? And yet here you are, still standing in the same spot, still talking about what you want instead of going after it. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Look around. People are out there making moves. People with the same struggles as you, the same fears as you, the same doubts as you, but they still pushing forward. While you sitting there overthinking, they're out there doing. While you're making excuses, they're making progress. And one day you'll see them living the life you wanted, not because they were luckier, but because they acted while you waited. You have to stop acting like you have unlimited time. You don't. None of us do. The years will pass whether you do something with them or not. So the question is, when that time is gone, will you have something to show for it? Will you look back with pride, knowing you gave it everything? Or will you be filled with regret, wishing you had started sooner? The hardest truth to accept is that you are the reason you're not where you want to be. Not your circumstance, not other people, not your past, you. And if you don't change something today, you'll be in the same place next year, still wondering why things haven't worked out for you. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You just need to stop waiting, stop wasting time, and start moving. Because every second counts, and you've already lost enough. Pain is part of the process. There's no way around it. You're going to struggle. You're going to face setbacks. You're going to have days where everything you want to quit. But that pain, that exhaustion, that discomfort is temporary. It will pass. What doesn't pass is regret. That stays with you. That follows you. That haunts you when you realize you could have done more. Pain is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who don't. Most people feel a little discomfort and give up. They start something, hit a roadblock, and quit. They convince themselves it's too hard, too much, not worth it. And later, when they see someone else succeed, they'll tell themselves that could have been me. But it's not, because they let the pain stop them instead of pushing through it. Success isn't about avoiding pain. It's about choosing which pain you want to live with. Do you want the pain of hard work, discipline, and sacrifice? Or do you want the pain of regret, disappointment, and what ifs? One of them makes you stronger. The other one breaks you down piece by piece, year by year, until you wake up realizing you have wasted your potential. Nothing worth having comes without struggling. The people who win in life aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who faced pain and kept going anyway. They got rejected and tried again. They failed and learned. They felt doubt, fear, and exhaustion, but they kept moving because they knew that pain was temporary. But quitting, that lasts forever. Regret is a slow poison. It doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in over time. It shows when you see someone else living the life you wanted. It hits you when you realize you are comfortable instead of taking the risk. It eats away at you when you think about all the time you wasted, all the chances you didn't take, all the things you could have done but didn't. You can recover from failure. You can bounce back from pain. You can rebuild it after a setback. But you can't go back in time. You can't undo the years you wasted. You can't erase the regret of knowing you had the ability, the opportunity, the chance, but you let it slip away. Every time you feel tired, every time you feel like giving up, remember this. Pain is temporary. The soreness fades, the exhaustion passes, the struggle gets easier. But if you quit, if you walk away, if you stop pushing, that decision stays with you. And one day, when it's too late to go back, you'll wish you had just endured a little longer. Your feelings will lie to you. One day you'll feel motivated and the next you won't. One day you'll be excited and the next you'll want to quit. If you base your actions on how you feel, you'll never be consistent. And if you're not consistent, you'll never win. Winners understand this. They don't rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. Successful people wake up tired just like you. They have days when they don't want to work. They have moments when they doubt themselves, but the difference is they show up anyway. They put in the work when they don't feel like it. They push through discomfort. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. They understand that success is a result of habits, not moods. Most people let their feelings control them. They say, I don't feel like working out, so they skip the gym. I don't feel like studying, so they procrastinate. I don't feel like making calls, so they let opportunities slip away. And then they wonder why they're stuck. Why is nothing changing? It's because they're living based on feelings instead of commitment. Winners treat success like a job. They don't wait to be in the mood. They clock in regardless. If an athlete only trained on the days they felt good, they'd never be a champion. If an entrepreneur only worked on their business when they felt inspired, they'd never build anything great. The people who win are the ones who work even when they don't feel like it. Your mind will always try to talk you out of things. It will always give you an excuse to stay comfortable. That's why you can't negotiate with yourself. You can't sit around debating whether to take action. You have to make it a rule. I do what needs to be done no matter how I feel. The moment you make that decision, everything changes. You don't have to feel like it. You don't have to want to do it. You just have to do it. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates results. And once you start seeing results, you won't care about how you felt in the beginning because feelings come and go, but the work you put in stays. Every single day you have two choices, give in to your feelings or push past them. One keeps you stuck, the other moves you forward. And at the end of the day, the people who push past their feelings are the ones who make it. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning. Motivation gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going when the excitement wears off. If you only work when you feel motivated, you'll never be consistent. And without consistency, you'll never grow. Growth happens when you show up every day, not just on the days you feel inspired. People love to chase motivation. They look for the next book, the next speech, and the next video to hype them up. And for a moment, they feel unstoppable. But then life hits. A rough day, a bad mood, a challenge, and suddenly that motivation is gone. That's where most people quit. They think, I just don't feel it today. But winners, they push through anyway because they don't depend on motivation. They depend on discipline. Discipline is what makes you do what needs to be done even when you don't want to. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's going to the gym when you don't feel like training. It's putting in the work when nobody is watching. That's where growth happens. That's where success is built, not in the moments of excitement, but in the moments of resistance. Growth is uncomfortable. It requires sacrifice. It demands effort when you don't feel like giving it. The people who grow, the people who win are the ones who push through that discomfort. They understand that results don't come from occasional bursts of motivation. Results come from daily discipline, from doing the work over and over until it becomes a habit. Look at the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by working hard only when they felt like it. They got there by being consistent, by sticking to a plan, by committing to the process no matter what. They built discipline, and that discipline created success. That's what separates them from everyone else. You will not always feel like doing what needs to be done. That's just the truth. But if you let feelings dictate your actions, you'll stay exactly where you are. Growth is about showing up when it's hard, when it's boring, when it's inconvenient. Growth happens in the moments when you want to quit but choose to keep going. The difference between winners and everyone else is simple. Winners don't wait to feel ready. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Because motivation fades, but discipline, that's what transforms your life. There are people out there who doubt you. They may not say it to your face, but they're watching. They see your dreams and they think they're too big. They see your ambition and they wonder if you'll ever make it. They see you struggle and they say to themselves, I knew they wouldn't succeed. But here's the truth. You have a chance to prove them wrong. You have the power to show them that you're capable of more than they ever believed. You have people who don't believe in your potential. They question your decisions, your path, and your choices. They think you're too ambitious, too naive, too unqualified, but their opinions don't matter. What matters is what you do next. What matters is how you respond to their doubt. Will you let their disbelief stop you? Or will you use it as fuel to push harder, to work longer, to prove them wrong? Every time someone doubts you, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to show them your strength, your perseverance, and your belief in yourself. You don't need to argue with them. You don't need to explain your every move. Just keep working, keep progressing, and let your actions speak for you. Success is the best revenge. And the louder the doubt, the sweeter the victory will be when you prove them wrong. The world loves to see people fail. There's always someone out there waiting for you to fall short, to give up, to quit. But when you rise, when you keep going against all odds, it shakes their perspective. They can't comprehend how you keep pushing when they would have given up. But that's because they don't understand the hunger, the drive, the belief you have in yourself. And when you succeed, they'll have no choice but to watch you win. Don't waste time worrying about the people who don't believe in you. They're not the ones who need to see your success. The only person who needs to believe in your potential is you. So stop seeking approval. Stop trying to prove your worth to those who doubt you. You're not here to validate their opinions. You're here to prove to yourself that you can make it and that you have what it takes to reach the top. People will talk. People will doubt it. People will question whether you can pull it off. But it's your job to block out the noise. Focus on your path. Focus on your purpose. Don't let the opinions of others dictate your journey. You know your worth. You know your potential. And one day when you reach the top, those same people will be forced to admit they were wrong about you. The best part about proving them wrong, you don't have to say a word. All you have to do is show up, do the work, and let your results speak for themselves. So let them doubt. Let them talk. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep moving forward. And when you achieve your success, stand tall and say nothing, because your victory will say it all. You can dream all day long, but until you put in the effort, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. The life you want, the success you desire, the person you want to become, it's all on the other side of effort. You're not going to get there by waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances, or the perfect feeling. It's going to take effort. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can start moving toward it. Effort means showing up when it's hard. It means pushing yourself when you'd rather quit. It means doing the work even when nobody is watching, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't isn't talent, it's effort. Some people wait for things to come to them, but those who succeed go out and make things happen. If you're not putting in the effort, then you're not serious about your goals. Simple as that. You can talk about your dreams all you want, but if you're not showing up every single day and doing the work, then don't expect anything to change. Nothing in life comes easy. Every great accomplishment requires an enormous amount of effort. And if you want what others have, you need to be willing to put in what others won't. Effort doesn't guarantee instant results. It doesn't guarantee a smooth ride or an easy journey. But what it does guarantee is that you'll be closer to your goals than when you started. Effort compounds. Every little bit of work you put in adds up over time. It's like building a house. You lay one brick at a time, and over time, that effort turns into something real. Think about the people you admire. Think about the ones who have the life you want. What do they all have in common? They didn't get there by waiting for things to fall into their lap. They didn't get there by sitting back and hoping for the best. They worked hard, relentlessly. And that's what you have to do if you want the same kind of success. It's not going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort. There will be days when it feels like you're not making progress, when the results aren't coming fast enough. But that's the moment when you have to double down on your effort. That's when you have to dig deep, push through the frustration, and keep going. Because what you want is on the other side of that effort. You can't skip the hard part. You can't avoid the effort. The success, the growth, the achievements, they all require hard work. But if you're willing to show up, if you're willing to put in the effort, you will get there. So don't sit around wishing for things to change. Make the effort and watch how your dreams turn into reality. Blaming others, blaming circumstances, blaming the past, it's all a waste of energy. The truth is, your situation is your responsibility. You are where you are because of the decisions you've made, the actions you've taken, or the lack of them. Blaming anyone or anything else only keeps you stuck in the same place, refusing to accept the one truth you need to realize. Change starts with you. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, if only I had a better job, or if only I had more money, or if only they had supported me. But none of that matters. Blaming the world or other people for your situation doesn't change anything. It gives away your power. It makes you a victim of life's circumstances instead of the creator of your success. And that's not how winners think. If you're constantly blaming others, you're surrendering your control. You're giving away the one thing that can make a real difference in your life: responsibility. The moment you take responsibility for where you are is the moment you can start changing your future. No more excuses. No more playing the victim. It's time to stop blaming and start changing. It's not enough to recognize where you've been wronged. It's not enough to acknowledge the obstacles you've faced. At some point, you have to decide that those obstacles don't define you. You have to decide that your past, your failures, your challenges, they're all part of your story, but they don't have to be the end of it. You have the power to change, to shift your perspective, to make different choices, and to take action. When you stop blaming and start changing, everything shifts. You stop being at the mercy of your circumstances. You start creating your outcomes. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Instead of asking, why me, you ask, what can I do to make this better? That's the mindset of someone ready to move forward. Change doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen without effort. But once you take responsibility and stop blaming the world for your situation, you gain the ability to make real progress. You get to choose what happens next. You can decide to break the cycle of excuses and start putting in the work, or you can continue blaming and staying stuck. The power is always in your hands. Every time you catch yourself blaming someone or something, remind yourself of this simple truth. Nothing changes until you decide to take control. You are the one who holds the key to your success. Stop blaming, start changing, and watch how your life transforms as a result. Stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect set of circumstances. You already have everything inside of you to succeed. The skills, the talent, the drive, it's all there. You've got the tools you need, even if you don't realize it yet. You don't need to look outside yourself for what's missing. What you need to succeed is already within you, just waiting to be unlocked. It's easy to think that other people have something you don't. You look at successful people and think they must have had a special gift or unique opportunity or just more luck, but that's a lie. Every successful person has faced challenges, doubts, their struggles. What set them apart wasn't some secret formula. It was the belief that they had what it took and the willingness to keep going despite the obstacles. You've been through things that have made you stronger. You've faced challenges that have shaped your character. Every struggle, Every failure, every setback has been preparing you for what's ahead. You are more capable than you give yourself credit for. You have survived your hardest days, and if you can do that, you can overcome anything. All the strength, the perseverance, and the resilience you need are already inside you. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is belief. Believe in yourself, believe in your ability to figure it out, to adapt, to grow. You don't need someone to hand you success. You don't need to wait for the perfect opportunity. You just need to trust that you already have what it takes and start moving forward. There will be moments of doubt. There will be times when you feel like you're not enough or that you're not ready. But in those moments, remind yourself of all you've overcome. Remind yourself of every time you faced adversity and made it through. You've already proven that you have what it takes. You just need to apply it to trust in your abilities and to keep going when things get tough. The world isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to act. You don't need to wait until everything is aligned, until you have more resources or more experience. You already have everything you need to take the first step. The rest will fall into place once you decide to move forward and stop holding yourself back. You've been preparing for this moment your entire life. You've learned lessons, gained experience, and built resilience along the way. Now is the time to stop doubting yourself and start trusting that you already have what it takes to succeed. All that's left is to believe in it and take action. Everything you want is within your reach. You just have to go after it with confidence and courage. So you already have everything inside of you to succeed. The time to act is now. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The effort you put in, the discipline you develop, and the belief you have in yourself are what will get you to the other side of success. The road won't be easy, but the price of regret is much higher than the price of struggle. You are capable of more than you think, and everything you want is on the other side of your effort. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the weight feels too heavy, and when the world seems to be against you. But remember this. Pain is temporary. Regret is forever. Winners push through their feelings, knowing that success isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. So stop blaming circumstances and people. Take responsibility and start changing your life today. Every day is a new chance to prove that you are more than capable. People are watching, so let them see you rise. Let them see you prove them wrong. And when the world doubts you, know this. You have what it takes. You've always had it. All that's left for you to do is act, believe, and never stop pushing forward. So take that first step and let the world see the power of someone who refuses to quit. The future belongs to those who decide to keep going. You've got this.